Can capture the beauty of the changing season. Get away right away. Plan your visit at GenesseeCountyParks.org.
R&B deer processing in Corona is state certified. They'll make your sauce.
Let's see if that works.
Turkey, dogs, and more. Your deer, your meat. They weigh every deer in at R&B Deer Processing on East McNeil in Corona. You wake up one day and say, what happened to summer? Then you realize, hey, what happened to fall? After that, the realization of winter comes.
Let's wait until folks join us once again after our fall start that we now start to routinely have happen, where we get people who are not able to comment for me to see. That's changed because now I'm seeing a comment all the way from Finland. Good afternoon again to Rapsuka, because now I can see what you're saying. I can see Linda's thumb. We also now can see from the other side of the world, this is cool too, is Mel Mel. So good evening, Mel Mel, and now we're truly international. Sheila back with us again, so is Sween Dog. So now we've got all of our comments coming in. You know, I would bitch about this whole idea of I can't get the comments in initially, but, you know, it took us a while to figure out how to be able to get on YouTube Live in the first place. You know, up until a few months ago, we could never do that because we just don't have enough people interested in what we do to follow us, to enable us to.
We are expecting November 4th.
Welcome again to Dale. Audio keeps cutting in and out.
Congratulations, that's awesome. So I get a feeling now that things are loosening up a little.
You know, it's interesting. I'm doing this. We're playing this ad. We're playing this ad for Andrew Keller Home Seller, and he's talking about when his wife was officially expecting. The due date was November 4th. That's tomorrow. So let's find out if there's an update to this, because he's playing real estate agent on the air here, talking to Johnny from a commercial from one of his past appearances, way back when he was talking about the official announcement that they were expecting as a couple, he and his wife Meg. Well, the due date is November 4th. That's tomorrow. So now we have to get an update.
After all the time we spent with Andrew Keller, I wouldn't go anywhere else, folks. You want to figure out where you're at. Get the advice that you need. Andrew Keller and his crew over there, or something else. Andrew Keller Home Sellers, would you look up, or KOAgents.com.
Are you tired of running out of space? Check out Menard's self-storage facility.
So you're saying it's better now, Sween Dog.
And secure self-storage in
Okay.
the area. Options include features like 24/7 access, video surveillance, and on-site management. Menards has warehouse units at the best prices in the area, and your first month is
It's been light out now for about an hour and almost an hour and a half, really. Is it windy? Not really. Wind, snow. Well, it has in the past fallen way before this date. Was it the 17th of October? 2 years ago, I posted on TikTok that it was the 17th of October, that day, 2 weeks until Halloween. I was walking out in the backyard, and the entire backyard was covered in snow. Covered, complete, and it was snowing as I was going out there. So it has snowed that early. It typically doesn't in this part of Michigan. Upper Peninsula and the northwestern part of Michigan, it can snow quite a bit by now, but not necessarily down in this area. So it can, but it hasn't. It's been too warm recently. You've sometimes waited until the end of November, early December before it snowed. So it could go either way. Although I did see an article from our friend Mark Torgros, our meteorologist friend, who says this is going to be a typically wintry winter in Michigan, starting at about mid-December and going through March. It's going to be a healthy helping of snow and cold weather. Two problems that we are paying attention to. Slow go spot along southbound 475 at Clio Road, Mount Morris Township because of a crash there. And we've got one we're cleaning up in Argentine Township. It's at Lering Road at Hoisington Road. Vehicle City traffic information all the time, anytime is at ClassicFox.com/traffic. And whenever you run across a slowdown and you think we need to know the details of that, you can provide them at 810-230-WRSR. That's 810-230-9777 to be a traffic tipster on 103.9 The Fox.
Master. Everybody give Katie a big round of applause. Hey.
Now that's the way to start a new week, Katie. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome, Steph. You guys have a great day.
Hey, you too.
See, some people do like us. How about that? Now tell your friends. Tell your friends. You're not sure if it's just you, but the connection keeps starting in time. Well, you know, apparently that's been a common problem, but apparently it's straightening out for some people. So maybe if you either wait or if you leave and come back, it might be better. Because it seems to be working that way. We started off kind of sluggishly for some, and now it's straightening out for some. I don't think it was that way on any of the other stops that we've made along our live stream path today. TikTok, Facebook, and Twitch. I didn't see you guys, anybody complaining about the quality of the transmission there. So it may have something to do with YouTube. I don't know, might be. Anyway, National Sandwich Day today, so if you so feel like it, have yourself a sandwich. It's about sandwich time. It's the afternoon in Finland. Daytime changed last week. I don't know what kind of favorite sandwiches you have in Finland, but now would be a great day to have one. Tina wants to know what XP means. Extra pepper, I think. You'd like a bacon sandwich. Okay. Okay, now that takes care of a problem on Mel's end. That's good. Tina did have a sandwich for breakfast. What kind of sandwich? Healthy one, perhaps? And here now is Royal Rachel once again, taking a break from her own audience to join us and hang for a few minutes on National Sandwich. How close are you guys to playing, you know, what you normally play when we get to this time of year? I'm assuming that you haven't started yet. I did see somebody on another one of our live streams saying that she had visited a station that already is doing that. Eric loves BLTs. Tina went with a grilled ham and cheese. Sween Dog's going to hell with a sandwich. A Raisin Bran sandwich, maybe. That might not be bad. Might not be bad. But I mean, one thing that we have noticed, and it seems like it's universal now because everybody's been bitching about it since we got on here today, is that as soon as Halloween ended, we suddenly didn't realize she was that close. Wow. I know you're streaming it. I know that part. But I mean, there is a barrage of seasonal ads that are starting to run on TV all over the place right now. I'm able to see that even though my selection of networks and stations has been curtailed somewhat, because I was bitching about this when we were over on Facebook this morning, is that I have YouTube TV, and because I have YouTube TV, I now no longer have ABC or ESPN programming because they have not been able to reach a deal to carry it on YouTube TV. Possibly a sandwich for lunch, Sween Dog says. Okay. Most of my sandwiches happen at lunch, sometimes at dinner, but I don't know that I ever have any at breakfast. But they're good. I mean, for me, they're very plain sandwiches, okay? A couple of pieces of bread and either some ham or some salami, like the hard salami, really better. Bologna, I've been bolognaing since I was a little kid. Sween Dog didn't even have cable or internet. He's just completely in a cave, away from the world. Completely. But, which is because both of them are pretty expensive, so that's probably a smart thing. Didn't know that I could get YouTube TV. Yeah, I did get it. Yeah, I did, and I do. And I enjoy it, except for the fact that it has not had that problem. It had a problem with one of the other networks, I think Fox or something like that. But that was settled. But they haven't been able to do it with ABC and ESPN, which means there's certain ESPN games I can't see. Also, My local TV station. We have 3 local TV stations in our market, and one of them I can't get because it was governed by that. So some of our local TV personality friends I can't see now because of that, which is weird, really weird. Is it pricey? Well, it started off being $72.99 a month in American dollars, $72.99 a month, do the conversion, and then it rose to $82.99 because everything is rising nowadays, and that has risen, but it never rose beyond that. Now, you can see the programming that it usually gives you, but now because of this lack of a deal with YouTube TV, you can still find those programs on other streaming platforms if you don't have cable, okay? So that means that you can probably pay for additional programming while you're still paying for YouTube TV, or you can do one of these, which is a lot of these streaming networks give you like a 7-day trial period so that you can have it for free, see what it is, and then you sign up for the subscription after that. You take the 7-day free trial, and then you just don't sign up for the subscription after that. Comcast was $250 a month. Now it's $300. Boy, I was never that high when I had it. Of course, it's been time. It's been a while since I've had it too. What the hell was I paying for Comcast? It was like $140 or $150, something like that. And then like I said, went to YouTube TV, and that was a $73 to start with, and now it's up to $83. But it's still way cheaper than cable. And I got a lot of what I would not have gotten if I had kept cable. I mean, we discussed this on one of the other live streams too, that there was once a push to get a la carte programming onto cable because people bitching about getting cable that has 80 channels and then they watch 6 of them, but you're still paying for all 80. Why? But now you're getting, in a manner of speaking, your a la carte programming because you're paying for what you watch, but you got to pay for so damn many streaming services that the money adds up real fast. Did I give candy for Halloween? No, because kids don't come down this street. They don't ever. They haven't since we've been here. Comcast doesn't want, right, they fought that the whole time. I mean, John McCain, the late Senator John McCain, was a champion of getting a la carte programming, and Comcast just wouldn't budge. That goes way back years. But, it's one of those be careful what you wish for type of things. So, in a sense, we have a la carte programming now, but it is the kind where no matter what you get, you're going to pay more to have it. And you can use the data. Sure. Did I see the royal news on former Prince Andrew? Yeah, he's got an actual name now. I saw that part. I wondered what you thought about that. And did you see, I'm sure you did, there was all kinds of complaining going on in L.A. when Harry and Meghan were sitting in the front row seats at the World Series, and Sandy Koufax, a Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher, was sitting in the row directly behind them. There was all kinds of, particularly this one sportscaster who was on all over social media saying, how is it that Sandy Koufax, of all people, doesn't get a front row seat at the World Series with his background as a ball player and a Hall of Famer? You're going to put those two ahead of him? Ahead of him?
We still got some warm weather this week. Gradual clearing. It'll be breezy later at 57 as we clear out the rain. Tonight, mostly clear, breezy at 35. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, 57. We'll see 60 Wednesday.
Comments are very delayed. Okay. Well, at least we're on. I guess that's kind of looking at it as happily as positively as we can, because for a few minutes we were having all kinds of issues just making sure we got on here. It was nuts. Stupid. All right, we've got Slyman now joining us. Good morning to Slyman. That is New Hampshire, who is in the house. You have a Santa stream online only. I'd seen something about that, and so I'm sure that's going to satisfy a lot of people, because there are a lot of people who want to hear that kind of music this time of year to get in the mood. And so it's a good idea to have it at least someplace. That's good that you give them the option. I like that idea. So no matter what, everybody bitches this time of year about it's too early to have that music on, it's too early, but there's some people who want it because it's necessary in their lives to kind of kickstart their positive frame of mind to get into the season. So it's good that you have an avenue to find it. No, he's not a Royal anymore. That's Andrew for sure. He, and that's also Harry and Markle. But still, they were in the front row seats of the World Series. And there was the big question of why. It's cold in New Hampshire. Cold now. What's cold in New Hampshire? I mean, we're 45 right now. Fahrenheit. Which for early November in Michigan is not too bad. And it's going to be that again this weekend. After it's been in the 50s much of this week. Most of this week. In fact, on Wednesday, it might even hit 60 in some spots. But then it's going to go back into the normal 40s by the weekend. Was 33 an hour ago. We've been battling that. Last week we had that where it was just teetering on the brink of freezing. A couple of times it kind of slid under it last week, but this morning it's a little warmer. It's not bad. Raining in some areas a little bit, but it's not too bad. Again, for November, we're not going to complain. Johnny usually does. He says, you only get really in fall. You romanticize about how cool it is to have the leaves, colored leaves on the trees, and it's all that in football, but you only get like 2 decent days the entire season, which some seasons that's true. But we've gotten a really, really nice fall around here, and nobody can argue that. We had 80s early on for a couple of weeks here on our fall season. Now we're in the back half of fall, and we're starting to get a little more like we're supposed to be.
You ever see the movie Stripes with Bill Murray?
Oh, Lord, about a gazillion times.
One of my favorite movies.
Mine too.
My favorite line from that is, you can't leave, all the plants will die. And I thought about that for, and I said that, my wife and I watched it, she said, see, I can't go before you either because you will just kill the plants. I said, yeah, that's a good thing. We don't need the plants.
Of course we need the plants.
No, we don't. What do I need the plants for?
Well, they take up the carbon monoxide in your home.
No, carbon dioxide, by the way, but if you got carbon monoxide in your home, you're dead.
Oh, well,
Just so
I'm
you
gonna
know.
put my
If you have too much carbon dioxide, you'd probably be dead, too. But anyway, yeah, the question then started.
Rachel lives by the 7-day trial here.
I'm going to go first. Because and then the nice thing to say is, I want to go first because I don't want to have to deal with that with you.
Right, yeah.
I have to. But then you start.
I've done that for a couple of apps.
If I go first,
Wanted something just for the day, and then that was the end of it.
She has no idea where the money is. She has no idea what accounts pay for what. She has no idea because I've always done that.
Sure,
In some
absolutely.
houses,
You're impressed I have any
the
services.
spouse does that, and the guy. In fact, I read an article.
I got tired of paying way that much for cable,
Some guy's father-in-law, they had to teach him how to write a check.
Oh, I'm sure.
He had never written a check
Yeah,
in his life.
isn't that something?
And so, that reminds me, that could be a good Foxhole People poll. Why can't your significant other die first? Why can't that happen?
It's interesting. I was talking to a lady named Rosalie up.
No wonder they're
at
happy
Albright.
in Finland.
And we were
They get
talking
free
about she had
cable.
Recently lost her husband.
Free cable.
And that led to my story about my divorce. And we were talking about things exactly like this, like the water softener salt
Right.
that I have to lug from the car down into the basement, up to the top of the washer to get the salt in the softener.
Yeah, you had to
All
kick
of those things that you just never think about.
until you kick big and ugly to the curb, and when you kick big and ugly to the curb, you can no longer.
Yeah, you got to fend for yourself.
So yeah, exactly. So and if I go first, I can't wait. I'm going to come back and haunt my wife and watch her open the electric bill for the first time. 'Cause that's going to be fun to watch. That's going to I'm right here, honey. You can't see me, but
Don't you so?
You don't have any free cable in Australia.
0230-9777, or you can go online to our 103.9 The Fox Facebook page where we have a chat window. You can just type in. It's the phone topic, the Foxhole People poll. I can't die first because she or he doesn't even know how to
do
blank.
this, yes.
All right? And it could be anything. And there are a lot of things. Like, I couldn't even begin to tell you how to throw my laundry, which is a typical guy thing, all right?
Of course, yes.
For me, I used to do my own laundry. I was a bachelor.
Yeah.
I just threw everything in the same load. Apparently,
Exactly.
that's not supposed to be the way you do it. I didn't know
It's
that.
not.
I got yelled at for that one time. Yeah.
That's how it's done at my house.
Yeah,
So.
that's the way I always did it.
Right?
No wonder my whites were blue. I don't know. It's the way it goes. And I don't mind my whites being blue, but apparently some people mind them. If you're wearing white socks, they're supposed to be white.
It's like when the battery went dead in my Jeep earlier this year.
Oh gosh, I remember that. You had everybody here helping you.
Yeah, I looked around because there was like nobody else until I got to work.
Well, you shouldn't have kicked big and ugly to the curb.
Well.
All right, let's go.
Oh, and Emmy's in the chat window this morning too. This should be interesting.
Oh, she's gonna love my comments. Sorry, Emmy. It's 8:32 here in the Foxhole right now. I can't die first. 810-230-9777, the number to call. All right. Hey, don't forget, if you are a Foxhole Morning Show listener, there's still one more T-shirt out there, and that is also going to make you eligible to win the beer that we're going to give away at the end of the show. Another reason that you listen to the Foxhole Morning Show is for a free hearing test, right? Yeah, right, yeah. Yeah, your wife just heard that, buddy, so you better get your hearing tested. All you got to do is call professional hearing.
Well, there you go. He's talking about his hearing aid, and we're talking about leaving here, and you can't, but you don't want to put all the clothes together? Come on. Say so long to Bailey. He's our Mud of the Month cattle dog mix. Lives in California, and that was our Smile Source today. Got to get that in before we leave in case you didn't see. Bailey, have yourself a pleasant, peaceful, productive Monday. Thank you very much for your attention, your attendance, making it here on time because of the time change. Had my doubts about that. And we will see you again tomorrow morning after you've had, in fact, your fill of Monday. And then we'll come back here again tomorrow morning on TikTok, on Facebook, on Twitch, on YouTube. Join us on any or all of those. We will look forward to seeing you here in the Hell Hole with your friends, the Hell Races. Okay? Okay.
Same thing happens in a car. You know, cars rumbling and everything sometimes makes it tough for you to hear your family talking to you. Same thing in your living room when everybody's talking or the TV is on. Professional Hearing Clinic can fix all that for you. They'll test it.